Hello, welcome to Teacher Zen's English class. In today's lesson, we'll be talking about the simple past and the past continuous. Remember that the simple past is also called the past simple. Use the simple past to talk about an action that happened once or one time in the past. Use the simple past to talk about an action that happened once or one time in the past. Use the past simple or the simple past to talk about a finished action in the past. Remember, like I said earlier, the past simple is also called the simple past. Don't forget that. Example, they flew to the Bahamas yesterday. They flew to the Bahamas yesterday. Yesterday is past, so this is a finished action. This is the grammar form, subject plus past form of the verb. Subject, they, past form, flew. The past continuous. Use the past continuous to talk about an action or activity that was in progress at a specific time in the past. Use the past continuous to talk about an action or activity that was in progress at a specific time or particular time in the past. Or we use the past continuous to talk about an action that started in the past and continued for some time or for a while. Example 1, I was watching TV. I was watching TV. Example 2, they were drinking coffee. The grammar form, the subject, plus was or were, plus base form of the verb, plus ing. The subject, I, or they, was, were, base form of the verb plus ing, watching, drinking. Simultaneous actions. Actions that are happening at the same time are called simultaneous actions. Actions that happen at the same time are called simultaneous actions. Use the past continuous in the time clause and the main clause. Use when or while. Note this, main clause is also called independent clause or simple sentence. So a main clause is also called an independent clause or a simple sentence. Example, let's look at these examples. When or while Mary was doing her homework, Mark was vacuuming. You can use when or while. When or while Mary was doing her homework, Mark was vacuuming. Or Mary was doing her homework while Mark was vacuuming. If you notice this sentence, we have a comma here, but here there is no comma. Why? Because When or while Mary was doing her homework is a dependent clause, a time clause. When a dependent clause comes first in a complex sentence, we put a comma after it. But when an independent clause comes first in a complex sentence, we do not need a comma. Mary was doing her homework is the independent clause or the main clause or the simple sentence, so we don't require a comma. We can also say this sentence this way: while or when Mark was vacuuming, Mary was doing her homework. These sentences mean the same thing. These three sentences. 1, 2, 3 are the same in meaning. Interrupted actions. Interrupted actions. Use the past continuous in the time clause and the past simple in the main clause to describe interrupted actions. Use the past continuous in the time clause and the past simple in the main clause to describe interrupted actions. Example: while I was reading a book, so this is the past continuous. While I was reading a book, my phone rang. My phone rang is the past simple. While I was reading a book, this is a continuous action, then something happened that interrupted my action. My phone rang. Or we can say, I was reading a book when my phone rang. I was reading a book when my phone rang. Remember, use while or when with the past continuous. So I can say, while or when I was reading a book, my phone rang. Don't use while with the simple past. My phone rang. Don't say, I was reading a book while my phone rang. No, that is wrong. The correct answer is, the correct statement is, I was reading a book when my phone rang. Use while or when with the past continuous. Use when with the simple past. Remember to use while or when with the past continuous. Use when with the simple past. Thank you for watching this video.